The one thing I've noticed that the only thing that's out of sync right now is we're not selling as much as we seasonally sell. So we're selling or absorbing maybe 75% of what we usually do in a summer market. So the summer market's slower, but we're 25% slower than we typically are.
Where's inventory at seasonally?
So the inventory, it's funny. The inventory, because we're way below, we're still catching up. We're kind of at trend where we usually are, but we were below trend for such a long time, which is what was propping up prices, in my opinion. So September, August stats are going to come out soon. We'll see what it shows. But it seems to me we've hit seasonality in everything except absorption.
I would drive up north of like Elgin Mills and drive through these subdivisions, okay? And I'm like, who the fuck has money? 2.4 million for this shit, okay? Rows and rows of people that have 2.4 million for this shit, right? Like, so these people, chances are, well, I don't know, but a bunch of them must have $1 million something mortgage, okay? And I don't care if your equity in the market went up and you didn't sell, you still need to borrow a shit ton of money when renewal comes. And that money just doubled in price, maybe more than doubled in price, right? And so, like, I don't think we've seen that whole fallout yet. I don't think that's come up yet because, like you're saying, like on a few $1,000s, yeah, 20, 40%, people can actually absorb it if their bank doesn't force them to prove they can do it again, right? Some people can borrow more or have some resources to pay for a few months, but then it's like, hold on a sec, reality has to set in. Can I keep paying $3,500 or $4,500 or $6,500 a month for this goddamn thing because the prices aren't going up anymore? It's all beautiful for everyone when the prices keep going up and up and up. But I don't know, do we think prices are going to go up again soon? Where are prices right now? Last I heard where they were going down, huh?
They've been
trending down.
TK,
Yeah.
TK, tell me what you think. I'll tell you my opinion. I wonder what you're saying.
They've been trending down. My showings ticked up this week. I don't know, sold a couple this week, and all of a sudden people were out bidding again.
Yeah. So this is so funny you just said this. I'm sensing the exact same thing in the last week. I have an open house after this. I'm assuming, I have a feeling it's going to be slammed. I've had a ton of showings, unexpected, completely unexpected. I thought it's going to be slow. In fact, we thought about, we're going to list this place just to see, because the people are on vacation, they have a dog. We didn't want to restage everything. And if it didn't work, we're going to relist in September. But it's been really busy. And I've already had somebody come and try to buy it with a bully offer. I had another close friend. They were in a bully offer situation yesterday. So it's very strange.
What's the price point?
So this one is under $1 million. The one I'm talking about with the bully offer yesterday was in the just under 2.
Under 2?
Outside of Toronto. So these are outskirts. So call it like York region type.
That's a whole other discussion.
Yeah, it's very, listen, it's the market seems to have picked up, but here's what I can share. Like in terms of pricing, the stats are going to come out. I don't know if you guys have seen, I trended out. I created a 15-year trend line for pricing, volume, and how much we sell, because I'm sick and tired of people saying, yeah, prices are down. What the hell does that mean? If prices are down, is it down because in the summer prices usually drop 4% and that's the normal, or did they drop 8%? Because then to me, really, prices are down above seasonal norms. Then it's something to worry about, right? So it seems to me now, over the last 2 months, we've kind of set in a groove. We're back at seasonal norms. So prices are dropping, but they're dropping the normal 4% we see drop in August, let's say. And then in September, they go back up. The only thing,
do we take into account the stuff that nobody wants to take into account, like the last couple of years, the COVID years, or do we?
So I have done seasonality trends for the last 15 years with the COVID years and without. At the trend line, because you're using 15 years of data, it's pretty much the same because it smooths out those crazy years. So it's a great question. And the one thing I've noticed that the only thing that's out of sync right now is we're not selling as much as we seasonally sell. So we're selling or absorbing maybe 75% of what we usually do in a summer market. So the summer market's slower, but we're 25% slower than we typically are.
Where's inventory at seasonally?
So the inventory, it's funny. The inventory, because we're way below, we're still catching up. We're kind of at trend where we usually are, but we were below trend for such a long time, which is what was propping up prices, in my opinion. So August stats are going to come out soon. We'll see what it shows. But it seems to me we've hit seasonality in everything except absorption. So stuff is not moving.
It's a dangerous,
Very dangerous.
diversion right now, right?
Very
'Cause they're
dangerous.
both going the wrong way.
Yeah.
They're hitting norms, but they're both going the wrong way.
Absolutely. No, I agree with you. So that's my only concern. I have, look, over the next 30 days, I have this listing and I have 4 coming out. And the one I'm concerned about is the one that you just mentioned, you know, the Elgin Mills, 2.5 million. So this is something similar. This is in Markham between 2 and 3 million. And this is the one where we had to have a conversation multiple times with the sellers. It's like, hey, I don't know what to expect here. It's very different. Like stuff at this price point is sitting, and I see some discounts being given up relative to where the market was in the April, above and beyond seasonality. So, you know, I don't know what September brings.
Yeah, that's another good point. That's a good observation. Is price point as well too. Lower price points, I would say, have been insulated from price declines, but those higher price points above $2 million, how many people can afford to buy a $2 million house? Like, how big is that market? You know, who are those people, right? I sold one that
What do they do?
It was 1.8. It was 1.8. We sold it a little while back, and I'm following the buyer who bought our property, and they haven't been able to sell their home yet. They're at about 1.4, right? So we still got lots of time, but it's kind of just like, geez, you know, like get it on at the right price and get it sold, you know, like stop wasting time here, right?
So Daryl, so the buyer for TK's property is the upsizer. And the upsizer is the single biggest group of people that have been taken out of the market, because nobody's going to give up their, you know, 2.5% mortgage for a $1.2 million home to move into a $1.8 million home and take on an additional 600 or whatever at 5.8%. Nobody's going to do that. So this is why I think the $2 million properties are at risk, because the guys with the 1.5, 1.6, they're not moving. It's just not worth it for them.
Or you have to eat into
the guys who I sold, actually, they moved up. Like they jumped up into 2.5, and it was like a big jump. That's not normal.
But if you can do that jump now, you're okay. I think. No?
It's unique situations. Like I got another guy this week that we sold, and he's jumping up, and his mortgage is going up like 400% or 500%. It's just his situation. His situation is now allowing for that. You know, there's I know, long story short is his situation. This is what makes sense for him, right? So this is not normal, right? Like this is not like the advice I would give anybody. Like, you have no idea what I did with this guy before I let him even go look at houses. I was like, are you sure? Like, we can renovate your house? Like, I was like literally like all over him. He was just like, I'm ready to like go right now. And I'm like, no, you're not. I'm like, nobody's doing what you're doing right now. But in the end, it seems like this is the best move for him. But you know, these are the challenges you have. And Vaz is right. It's like, how do you convince someone to take on more mortgage right now and at these rates, and to let them know that this is, you know, the right idea? I mean, for most people, it's just not.
Like, comment, and subscribe if you got anything from one of these clips. And if you want to see some more, press something on the screen here. Boom.
That was good.
That was good. I like that. That was good.